So guess what? Guess what? I know you're so excited about this. So Mercury retrograde starts tonight, right before the big get-together, the big family get-together. And it was just election year. So that's why on the 30th, after the holiday, I have a group for this, a family decompression session. It's free. It's on Google Hangouts. I've been posting the link over and over in my stories. I would like you to come, because it's bound to be poppin'. We're going to just, I'm going to have a channeling session with you guys. And then we're going to open up the floor to just venting, because we need to, because it's necessary, because it's okay to need to vent about the people that you came from. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's a lot of good that can come from hearing other people's stories. Makes you grateful where you came from. Like, there was nothing that made me more happy to go home after a weekend than going and spending the weekend at my friend's house, because everybody's family is super crazy, and you start to appreciate your own brand of crazy a little bit more. So that's kind of my point with this group meeting. I've never hosted one before, so there's bound to be some technological issues. I promise you there's going to be at least one or two. That's like a guarantee. I'm a Mercury retrograde person, conjunct Venus retrograde. I do my best, but inevitably something's going to need to be redone. I'm also a manifesting generator. 3-5. Martyr heretic. We make our moves the best we can, but we're always going to have to do a little pre-apologizing or accepting of our nature as it is. So I would love you to come to the meeting. As perfectly imperfect as life is. I'll worry about straightening that out later. One of these is crooked. I can't tell which one. C'est la vie. So I thought it would be fun to do a little Mercury retrograde tarot pull. All right. Something small. We already know. It's in Sagittarius, so it's going to be like, whoa! Yeah, last year we had Mercury retrograde going from Sagittarius back into Capricorn, from Capricorn back into Sagittarius, excuse me. But this time I believe it's going to stay in Sagittarius. So it'll be, a lot of people rushing, jumping guns, just making general oopsie daisies, a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies. I'm very well aware of this. My Mercury Venus retrograde is in Aries, but it is trine Uranus in Sagittarius on my rising. Rising and descendant, same thing. It's an opposition, whatever. There's interactions both conjunct and opposite in when it comes to the angles, or the nodes. So you have to learn how to think forwards and backwards. I have been having a beautiful chit chat with my fellow astrologer, Plutonic Desire, today. Go follow her. She's fun. She does this beautiful work with names and asteroids. It's a science, all of this particular sciences. And here's why another reason why I quit astrology, at least for now. And I'm not sorry about it. Like, there's people like her out there still in it. There's people like her and the Cosmic Space Witch still doing it. There's people like her, the Cosmic Space Witch, and the Peace Dealer still in the game. You won't need my interpretations for you. I have other purposes that I could be fulfilling, like doing these groups and facilitating community. I'm an 11th house Aries stellium. So that Venus and Mercury conjunction is in the community. It's in the 11th house. And then, of course, we have my big old fat Jupiter in the 9th house in Aquarius, 9 degrees. Very Jupiterian, double Jupiter. So, Jupiter with Aquarius flavor. We're going to deal with the community here. I mean, my MC's in Aquarius too. So, you know, my focus is now on other things, which is us and being intimate, which doesn't that sound so much better? Anyway, so the card prayer. I haven't said it yet. I'd like to invite your teams from the other side, my teams from the other side, your deities of choice, my deities of choice, my spirits that I work with that love to be helpful. And I ask that the spirits who like to be confusing, misleading, upsetting, leave the circle. We don't want any of your energy. We only want forward, upward spiraling momentum, clarity, and a feeling of upliftment. Yes, thank you. Joy only. We only want messages that can be received in our highest good in this circle. I ask that my ego to be removed so that I can deliver these messages clearly and concisely and to be out of the way of the message. Thank you. All right, so we're Mercury Retrograde starts this evening officially. I've been talking about it quite a bit, but you know, there's almost no preparation for each Mercury retrograde, except that you got to know how it falls in your chart. You know, you got to know where your Sagittarius is and how Sagittarius season tends to be for you. And then you have to imagine that sound turned up and the volume's a little bit louder. So things are a little bit more confounding. Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like being in a car with subwoofers. That's just a couple decibels up too loud. Maybe you miss your turn because you're listening to shit too loud. That's the Mercury retrograde. Just some more, eh? We're gonna do 4 cards. I'm so cringy sometimes. I'm so glad I don't rewatch these. Really. I just make them and keep moving. So I'm going to do 4 cards. Mercury retrograde tonight. What? Give me as much as we can learn, please. I'm using my new deck, which is the Pulp Tarot. You guys, I have to confess before I get started. I'm extra puffy today because I was at work cleaning the gym and I got this wild craving for Mexican Coke. I haven't had a Coca-Cola or a regular Coca-Cola probably almost 3 years now. 3. And I was like, oh, it won't be an issue. I woke up with so much like allergy feelings. My face was puffy. I could barely get out of bed because my whole body just felt so fucking... I'm never doing this again. It's not... And not to mention how bloated it made me. Like, I'm on my period, okay? But that's not the type of bloating I was having. Oof. I'm never drinking another regular soda again. I don't care what country it comes from. My body is not attuned to that much sugar, and I'm so glad that that's changed. But I regret spending $3. Anyway, I just had to confess why I look so... Like, you can see it right here. This part of my face doesn't look right. Like a little puffiness right here. You can see it in my neck too. I did not do well for myself yesterday. So, just in honesty, all honesty, I broke my own rules. So anyway, back to the cards. Let's get 4 cards for Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius season, right before the Sagittarius new moon. During Thanksgiving season. I'm sensing there's going to be a few burned dishes. Low and slow, you guys. Low and slow, and set double alarms. Set an alarm on your phone. Set an alarm in the kitchen. I'm getting the fact that there's a chance somebody might come along and shut off your alarm in the kitchen. You might need to double up because there's going to be crisscrossed communication. Somebody's, just be careful. If you're cooking at home, set double the alarms. Be extra cautious. It's not going to be done in malice. It's just going to be a confusion, all right? You know what I do love about Mercury and Sagittarius? That it is so adventurous. If you say, let's go watch the sunrise at the beach, they're going to be like, yeah, okay. Well, we better start leaving now. I love that shit. Not so good at being cautious, though. Or protecting you from their own demons. But it's not that they're not lovable. Anyway. 4 cards for Mercury Retrograde, for the collective. Some guidance. I'm waiting to feel that tingle. I felt like a little in my neck just now, like a little electric. Yeah. Okay, no more shuffle. This is that. 4 cards. I don't take reversals in this deck because I don't want to. I will with, the Rider-Waite. So we have high emotions for Mercury Retrograde. Aww. Aww. It's okay to be ideal. Like, be stuck in idealism. Oh, this is so cute. It's giving me love vibes, okay? We're starting out 4 of Cups. Like, how the 3 of Cups is about, like, partying and indulgence. And there's always, like, a warning not to get too drunk. The 4 of Cups is like, I've had too much and I couldn't possibly have more. It's like, now I'm in delirium tremens and I'm not feeling myself. Or it almost gives Diddy vibes, too, because that, like, dark green hue, it almost looks like, dark Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, absinthe dreams, dark shit almost. So that's where we're starting with Mercury Retrograde. Okay, so that's, I feel like we're feeling overwhelmed already, and this perception, this illusion that we have around Mercury Retrograde is that it's going to be a drag. So we're dreading it. Just like, it feels overwhelming. Then we have the 6 of Cups. Feelings oriented, like I said, but it's sweet. This is, perfect for the fact that this is happening right before the holidays. So, again, there's no negative cards in this pull. All right. So 6 of Cups is purity, right? It's like, how easy it was to make friends in preschool or kindergarten. My nose is getting stuffy. Pardon. So preschool, kindergarten, 1st grade, all you have to do is walk up to somebody and be like, will you be my friend? And they're like, yeah. And even if it doesn't last very long, you have a friend for the day. And you build sandcastles or plant flowers, or I used to gather flowers a lot, and or at that age, I would eat, we had honeysuckles in the yard at the school. So I would eat the honeysuckles off the walls. You could always find me at the honeysuckles. So that's, that's what I'm thinking of. Or like, I used to play He Loves Me Not with the flower petals all the time. I was always with the flowers, or making clover crowns. Crowns out of clovers. Like, that was me, playing with flowers all the time. So this is, playing in the dirt and innocence and wholesome interactions. Whereas this one's kind of not wholesome. It feels overloaded. This is symbiosis. This is sweet. You know, remember when things were more pure. This is like things not being pure. This is imbalance. So it feels like we're coming out of fear that it's going to be imbalanced, and our experience is going to turn out to be very pleasant. The next card is another 4. But this 4 is joyous, and it's celebratory too. You know, it's funny. That one looks like a leg. This green one, that looks like a foot. Like a camel foot. We're saying foot. Because I don't want to say the other thing. Okay. Easy. I don't know. Anyway. I'm on live! So this 4 of Wands. It's like a beach party theme, but I just noticed that camel foot. But it's actually, now that I don't have my glasses on, but it looks more like a log. They're all, you know, wooded wands. So the girls, all right? The girls. Sagittarius season. Don't forget, it doesn't really matter if things are a little bit backwards. You can still have a fun, celebratory, wholesome attitude and joy within groups. So it feels like the get-togethers aren't going to be as bad as we thought. They actually might be a little healing because this is the last card. Ding. For confirmation. Ding. More Aquarian energy. I don't know who's messaging me, but that's hilarious. The Star card. Aquarian energy. So Pluto being involved, getting used to being in Aquarius, settling in. It's not bad. It's not bringing bad energy. It's in giving this adventurousness, this gathering, family gathering, some air. We still have Jupiter and Gemini. It's giving, you know, good, healthy conversations and silliness and wholesome connections that actually might reach a wholesome, you know, community. Like, create a new healthy style community. So even if it's not with your family, your Friendsgiving is going to go great. I have a Friendsgiving that I'm looking forward to. I think I love this fucking poll because we really do go out of this sense of expectation of dread into symbiosis and celebration and joy and healing. And, you know, this is a wish come true card. So keep in mind, if you say, I hope this doesn't happen, that's a wish. And you're putting something in the bank of the law of attraction. If you focus on what you don't want, you're focusing on something that's going to get brought to your attention and brought to your awareness. The red truck theory. Be really careful what you wish for. Uncle or mom, you know, my mom and my uncle always used to get in a fight with my grandparents over politics because I'm not going to get into it. That's how it keeps going. So we're going to ignore that. I think we're going to be looking at sameness because 4 of Wands is basically another 11-11 card, another wish come true card. So I feel like there's this stable energy, a stable... Thank you for watching if you do later. It seems like Instagram doesn't really share with people that I'm live. It just happens that they come upon it later, so it is what it is. Anyway, shadow bans be like that. Okay, that's the message for now. I'll let you go. Peace. Take care.